Hello and welcome to my, I don't know, sixth try to make a useful video about Defold and using VS Code as an editor with superior, probably, superior code folding, autocomplete, and so forth. Yeah, why the many tries? Yeah, I'm not a VS Code user myself. I'm more an intelligent guy. But I think it could be useful for someone. And I think there are three ways to set up VS Code. A simple one, a little bit a better one, and a superior one, which is also recommended from the asset page. So, and I hardly failed in every video on the VS Code because every time I had some mismatching of plugins, extensions, or what it is named, and yeah, sometimes the syntax highlighting was missing. Sometimes the autocompletion, it was a mess. Therefore, now I try the two ways I hope are working. So I have let's start Defold. I already created a project for the color slide game a third time. This is 30 minutes ago, which I'm just using because I wanted some fresh project without any additions of external code, and I need some code to just check if the Lua syntax highlighting is working in VS Code. So, okay, this is a standard behavior, the little default fine IDE, and you can set up the IDE within custom editor to edit files. So that's the point where we hook in, so to speak. So let's start VS Code. And I already have it open from my last try. What is it? No, go away. And as we, wait a second, I still have, why do I have this still installed? So I should have no extensions installed, like the Emmy Lua. This was my intentionally my simplest way to set up VS Code. Just install, I will not do it again, Emmy Lua, which is a hardly recommended plugin for the Lua language, and which is also, if you look here onto editor, used by the IntelliJ default RP setup. So, okay, but there are plugins which come to assist you in default development already. So I tried these two. This one not so much because TS Default is another project from a couple of guys, I believe, who want to enable. Stop bothering me. Who want to enable TypeScript development in Defold, which would make the development very much more type safe. Yeah, but this is not our focus this time. So I tried these two. This one has both have 5 stars and 729 downloads, but I found this one not so well, at least at this point, because some things are not integrated right now. So this one, I hope I use the right one. We can install and use. Wait a second. There was the the author is telling here the features, and he also has some what is it called? Emits? Yeah, autocomplete helper. Yeah, play sound will generate this one and so forth. Let's see. And we can recommend a few things here. I will probably and here he recommends more extensions to assist you. I will not install these right now because I think let's find a useful file. Let's go with brick. Face script. Go animation. And you can see here you can tap, blink, go, play once forward, play looping, and you can use all the IDE functions from default right off the back. What was I? Okay, and there was the settings thing. Settings, syntax, highlighting. And here, I already did it last time. But here are the settings recommended for the settings JSON, which is then saved, I believe, in the project folder. So this is the first way to set it up. Oh, wait a second. And as a final thing, we can close VS Code here because when we click on, nope, not this, Lua files, the IDE still opens there. So we can add this one here, code, Excel, close it. And when I click here, VS Code is open and we can use it. All right, this was the first part. And now to the recommended way, which I tried yesterday in the evening and liked it. So let's check if this game still compiles in its initial state. Okay, everything seems to work. Funny thing is, I learned just by analyzing the code that I'm not actually swiping the bricks into place. It was so intuitive for me to do it with my mouse that I didn't notice that the animation is calculated itself by the code. I can just click, and because the brick checks if it has an empty neighbor, and if so, it moves there by itself. Okay, but anyway, the game compiles from the IDE, from the default standard IDE. So now we go here and we find a GitHub repository with some useful steps to extend the VS Code possibilities even more. So there to download a master template, which is this one. Okay, I already downloaded, as you can see here. And this master contains a few hidden directories. The default RP one, which is a set of Lua files for the default RP API. These are just header files, so to speak, where the documentation is set up. So you can, wait a second, copy Here's my VS Code, them over. Master. Then there is a VS Code directory which has recommended settings for VS Code and some other things which I didn't understand, but let's copy it over too. And the final thing was this debugger directory, which I will come to in a minute. So now, if I remember correct, I have everything copied over. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, let's move you away. And he tells it here also, accept main game project. Blah, blah, blah. Installed recommended by VS Code Paint. So now when we we already set up the VS external editor. Let's start it, and usually there should be not this recommended. Okay, open folder, which is useful to open the entire project. And here, there it is. Do you want to install the recommended extension for this repository? Yes. So, and now here it comes what I had to disable and deinstall a few minutes ago. Many extensions are installed automatically. Let's close them all. Let's go here. Don't save. And again, the syntax highlighting didn't work. That's frustrating. Okay, settings. Let's find out if we can put it is here. Set up. Okay, let's find out if we have still autocomplete, or let's close it again. Okay. I have no idea why this happens. If you are okay, let's see. Do we have delete hash foo? Okay, this seems to work. And we have, if we hover over, okay, it doesn't seem perfect. No. But if we hover over, could you please just... We have very nice quick info helpers for functions, which I totally like and miss in Defold here. Nothing comes up. We have to learn the RP the hard way, so to speak. But here we have the official AP documentations set up in here. If you look here, let's say game object, there are text which will show up in the editor, which I totally like. So let's make here brick. We could also add some from ourselves. Where was it? Make brick. I believe it was this here. Creates a Lua table with all brick info. So, and when we go here, creates a Lua table with all the brick info. Therefore, if you document your code well, you will be assisted with documentation right from the code and with command or control and hovering over a function, which I totally like. So, and now there was an additional thing about the debugger. So VS Code default sh, I believe I already have set this up here. This is where my default is located. I have no idea what the other stuff does. It is also not important according to this repository. And you can copy this one into a script. I think the one you want to debug. Let's go with level script. And you can then install some other things for Windows. I probably already did or ignored it because I'm already working with in bash, what was it here? I think git bash or something. So, and now you can, where was it? Okay, it was Control or Command Shift B will show you 5 actions. One is build, bundle, clean, deploy, and resolve. Let's have a build. So you don't have to leave VS Code to build your game. If you're just interested in writing code and not setting up game object positions inside the UI part of the default IDE. So it's now built, and run is F5, which also works right from the editor right here. Let's close it. And now the best part, we can, let's go with empty neighbor, put a breakpoint here. So let's see if it all works with F5. So we have a break. So no animation was done. And I can now here inspect what is going on, which I think the debugger from the default IDE doesn't give you information about the globals, which I think is totally cool to see it here. But also it's very overwhelming. So the globals we will ignore for a second. Up values, I don't know what it is, but here we can see the neighbor is an empty neighbors. Length is 4, I think. And here are some other information. So then we can step over and look what is going on here. And we can also tell the game to move on. So, okay, let's remove this breakpoint. Why is this here also? Ah, must be from someone. Sometimes. So let's see, on correct color, let's put a breakpoint here. Move on. This was the populate level, which is of course already which was already executed. Okay, let's don't extend this video just randomly. You can use the debugger here, which is very nice. You can kill it via IDE, and you can also use your favorite functions inside VS Code by jumping to other functional. Well, wait a second, where was it? This was very nice, which I discovered by experimenting with. I can click to on a variable or function, and the IDE, or better, VS Code will tell me where it is used. Therefore, I can quickly jump there. I don't know, it also works with strings. I don't think so. I can see everything is meaning here. Bricks. When I no here, I'll click here. I see here's the definition. It's use an empty neighbor, self bricks go, and so forth. Okay, let's check if here are another things. Okay, in my opinion, this is a setup which can be used. Let's see it again. This is okay. When I was experimenting, it was of course better to just have VS Code open and not close on if you don't need it anymore when your development is still active, your development session, of course, because when then you have here the whole directory and don't have to set up the directory all the time. But the IDE, the default editor, will open VS Code for you, and you can ignore these files here and can use the default editor just for setting up GUI and game object positions. Okay, that is that. This is that, or that is this. Yeah. I hope you found it a little bit useful. I will try to experiment with this setup if it really helps me to improve my Lua or default development. Yeah, we will see. Bye bye.